COVID-19 screening mandatory for all foreign workers. Approval needed if one misses out on 4-day interstate travel period. Hello and good evening. I'm Mona Priya. Welcome to News on 2. The Health Ministry recorded a total of 55 new COVID-19 cases as of noon today. This brings the total number of infections to 6,353. According to Health Director General Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah, out of the 55 cases, 7 were imported cases, while 48 were local transmissions.
Sehingga 4 Mei 2020 jam 12 tengah hari, terdapat 55 kes baru yang telah dilaporkan. Ini menjadikan jumlah kes positif COVID-19 di Malaysia adalah sebanyak 6,353 kes.
Speaking at the Health Ministry's daily COVID-19 media briefing today, he said 71 more patients were discharged in the same 24-hour span, which means 4,484 patients had recovered from COVID-19 since the outbreak began, a rate of 70.6%. There are currently 28 patients being treated at intensive care units or ICUs, with 13 on ventilator support. The Health DG also announced no new deaths, which means the country's death toll remains at 105. The Sabah Health Department appreciates the commitment by students who returned to the state in volunteering to be sent to quarantine centres for 14 days before returning to their villages. Its director, Dr. Christina Rundi, said she was informed that some of the students who arrived in the state opted to be quarantined first before returning to their homes. Dr. Christina said these students understand the infection risks to their family members, and the department appreciates the decision made by the students for their willingness to share this heavy responsibility. She said all the districts in the state are also committed in handling the movement of students back to their respective villages by re-evaluating the suitability of a home-based quarantine and conducting screening for symptoms of COVID-19 on the students concerned. She reminded those who are in quarantine at home to carry out their responsibilities to protect their beloved family members, saying that any student found to violate the stipulated regulations will be sent to the quarantine centres. The government has made it mandatory for foreign workers across the country to undergo COVID-19 screening, with employers bearing the test costs. Senior Minister for Security, Dato' Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob, said this was decided after the rise of COVID-19 cases in the country over the past few days, the majority comprising foreign workers. The senior minister said the Health Ministry proposed to start these swab tests in the Federal Territories and Selangor.
Jadi untuk membendung penularan COVID-19 ini, kerajaan akan menutup di mana saja tempat jika ada berlakunya positif COVID-19 di kalangan pekerja mereka. Tak kiralah tapak pembinaan, kilang, mahupun restoran ataupun apa-apa perniagaan. Jika ada kita kesan terdapat COVID positif di kalangan pekerja mereka, maka kilang ataupun sektor-sektor tersebut akan ditutup serta merta.
On Saturday, 27 new COVID-19 cases were detected at a construction site in Jalan Ampang, Kuala Lumpur. The construction site has now been closed. On another note, the senior minister also announced the end of most enhanced movement control orders, EMCO, in the country, but said that EMCO in some areas in Bandar Baru Utara and Selayang will be extended.
Bagi PKPD Pusat Bandar Utara Kuala Lumpur ataupun di berhampiran Pasar Borong Kuala Lumpur, Pasal A dan B yang meliputi Jalan 6 Palang 3A dan 9 Palang 3A Pusat Bandar Utara Kuala Lumpur serta Pasar Borong Kuala Lumpur juga telah ditamatkan semalam. Ya. Walaupun bagi pasal C, D, E dan F di atas nasihat Menteri Kesihatan, kita telah memutuskan untuk melanjutkan PKPD mereka sehingga 12 Mei 2020.
The enhanced MCO is also extended for parcel C, D, E and F of Selayang Baru, Gombak until 12th May. Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri also announced that enhanced MCO on the Ma'had Tafiz An-Nabawiyah in Sungai Lui, Hulu Langat will be lifted tomorrow. While enhanced MCO for Menara City 1, Selangor Mansion, Malayan Mansion and the area surrounding Masjid India were lifted yesterday. Meanwhile, Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri has urged the public to assist the authorities if they come across standard operating procedure violations under the CMCO. He said they can go to the nearest police stations or contact the National Security Council, NSC, hotline at 03-8888-2010 or MyGCC at 03-8000-8000.
Saya menyeru kepada semua rakyat Malaysia untuk sama-sama membantu kerajaan untuk memastikan pematuhan SOP di bawah PKP B atau PKP 5 ini. Oleh itu, tuan-tuan yang nampak dengan jelas pengingkaran pematuhan SOP tersebut boleh melaporkan. Yang pertama, kepada balai-balai polis di balai-balai polis yang berdekatan. Yang kedua, kepada pejabat PBT, iaitu Majlis Daerah, Majlis Perbandaran dan lain-lain. Yang ketiga adalah melalui hotline MKN misalnya, iaitu bernombor 8888-2010 ataupun melalui MyGCC, nombornya 8000-8000 8000 dan beroperasi 24 jam.
On another matter, Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri said those who miss the 4-day interstate travel period to return home must reapply for police approval to make the trip after the scheduled date.
Kalau kita lihat dari segi peraturan, rentas negeri masih tidak dibenarkan. Jadi 4 hari itu adalah pengecualian dari segi peraturan. Pengecualian itu yang dibenarkan hanya 4 hari saja. Lebih daripada 4 hari, maka tertakluklah kembali kepada peraturan, iaitu rentas negeri tidak dibenarkan. Walaupun bagaimanapun, sebelum ini pun sudah ada kes yang melibatkan rentas negeri, tetapi mesti mendapat kelulusan daripada pihak polis.
The senior minister said once interstate travel ban is enforced again, it will be up to the discretion of the police to allow them to make the journey. According to the police, only those from Kuala Lumpur can travel on 7th May. People in Perak, Johor and Kelantan will be able to move on 8th May. Those in Perlis, Kedah, Penang, Melaka and Pahang are allowed to travel on 9th May. While for those in Selangor, Negeri Sembilan and Terengganu, travel will be allowed on 10th May. Johor Police have arrested 53 individuals for flouting the movement control order yesterday. Its police chief, Dato' Ayub Khan Maidin Piche, in a statement said to date, a total of 3,644 arrests were made for various offences related to the MCO. Dato' Ayub Khan said all the suspects were detained and investigated under Section 186 of the Penal Code for obstructing a public servant from discharging duties and Section 270 of the Penal Code for conducting malignant act likely to spread infection of disease dangerous to life. He also said that those arrested will also face charges under Section 22, subsection B of the Prevention and Control of Infectious Disease 1998 and Rule 3 of the Prevention and Control of Infectious Diseases, Measures Within Infected Local Areas Regulations 2020. The State Police Chief further reminded the public to adhere to the Movement Control Order, MCO. The remains of Corporal Safwan Muhammad Ismail, who died after being hit by a four-wheel drive while manning a roadblock at the Kajang South Toll Plaza early yesterday morning, was laid to rest at his hometown in Ipoh, Perak this morning. The late Corporal Safwan's remains were brought from Hospital Serdang, where the Solat Janazah was performed, and arrived at Tanjung Rambutan around 5:20 a.m. Apart from close family members, Selangor Police CID Chief Datuk Fadzil Ahmad was also present to pay his respects. In the 2:11 a.m. incident, Safwan, 31, died at the scene due to severe body and head injuries after he was hit by a Toyota Hilux at a roadblock at the Kajang South Toll Plaza on the Kajang-Seremban Expressway, Lekas. Initial investigations showed the driver was speeding and was intoxicated when he lost control of his vehicle, causing it to crash into the MCO roadblock on the Lekas Highway southbound. Commenting on the death of Corporal Safwan, Transport Minister Datuk Sri Dr. Wee Ka Siong said the government will look into amending the Road Transport Act 1987, especially Section 41, 44 and 45, to enable it to impose harsher penalties on motorists who ignore safety and drive under the influence of drugs and alcohol, resulting in fatal accidents.
Di Taman Mutiara, sebelum sudah sampai masanya kita melihat nilai ambang threshold value itu. Sama ada nombor 1, BAC itu 0.08% masih lagi boleh diguna pakai. Itu perlu kita kaji secara saintifik. Kedua, kita melihat hukuman yang setimpal bagi mereka yang memandu dalam keadaan DUI, iaitu selepas minum masih memandu, kalau melebihi paras BAC yang dibenarkan dan menyebabkan kematian, setakat ini hanya dikenakan denda yang tidak banyak.
Now, earlier, Datuk Sri Dr. Wee observed the public SOP compliance towards conditional MCO at several rail stations in the city centre. Public transport operators on the side have taken the necessary steps to ease the movements of passengers, but several questions remain. Are the people ready to comply with the measures being practiced, especially in terms of social distancing, and avoid being infected? Although it was expected that around 300,000 people would be using public transport on the first day of the CMCO today, only about less than half were seen at the many stations in the city. The reason may be that some companies have yet to really restart their businesses or waiting for the right time to do so.
Tapi apabila saya sampai ke Taman Mutiara, kapasiti kalau ikut lazimnya lebih kurang 7,000 orang. Tapi hari ini pun tidak ramai di Taman Mutiara, diceras. Ini bermaksud kita masih lagi belum melihat kumpulan penumpang ni secara berpusu-pusu datang ke stesen MRT untuk menaiki MRT kita. Itu masih lagi belum dapat kelihatan. Tapi ini juga seperti mana yang saya katakan, tidak bermaksud kita tidak mengamalkan SOP.
Standard operating procedures include compulsory temperature checks, wearing of face masks, practicing social distancing, and the daily sanitization of trains, MRTs, LRTs, and buses are in place. If any passenger exhibits a high temperature, they will not be allowed to board any public transportation. Datuk Sri Dr. Wee also said passengers should remind each other about the need to comply with the existing SOPs, adding that any individual found to be flouting the CMCO SOP will be barred from using public transportation.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera. Kepada seluruh rakyat Malaysia, saya ingin mengajak agar rakyat mematuhi pelaksanaan arahan Perintah Kawalan Pergerakan Bersyarat, iaitu kelonggaran diberikan untuk membuka semula sektor ekonomi secara berhati-hati dan terkawal. Para peniaga, pengusaha dan majikan perlu patuh kepada syarat-syarat dan standard operating procedure yang ditetapkan oleh pihak berkuasa. Kita perlu mengamalkan dan membudayakan kelaziman baru dalam kehidupan seharian, seperti penjarakan sosial, elakkan perhimpunan, pastikan sentiasa basuh tangan dengan air dan sabun dan sangat digalakkan memakai topeng muka dan hidung di tempat awam. Kepatuhan sosial dan disiplin sosial adalah penting untuk kita memutuskan rantaian jangkitan COVID-19 dalam komuniti. Ini adalah tanggungjawab sosial dan kita jaga diri kita, keluarga kita dan komuniti kita. Sila duduk di rumah jika tidak ada urusan penting di luar.
But first, the Employees Provident Fund, EPF, will be resuming age 50, 55 and 60 withdrawals and mobile iAccount activation services beginning Wednesday, 6th May at approved branches throughout the country. Now, the Retirement Fund said the services can be done at branches located within states that are implementing the Conditional Movement Control Order, CMCO guidelines, as well as Selangor and Negeri Sembilan. In a statement released, EPF said branches in Pulau Pinang, Kedah, Kelantan, Pahang, Sabah and Sarawak, however, will remain closed until further notice. Its Chief Executive Officer, Tunku Ali Zakri alias said the EPF knows the imposition of the MCO since 18th March was a necessary measure, but they were very concerned as further MCO extensions meant that services requiring face-to-face transactions, such as withdrawals and mobile iAccount activation, were disrupted. As the EPF places the health of members and staff as its top priority, it would enforce strict conditions for the identified branches, which include, among others, to limit the exposure of members and staff at all times. Only simple and fast transactions requiring no physical contact withdrawals and mobile iAccount activation services will be available at these branches. The employers are not allowed to visit branches as all services can be conducted via contacting their employer advisory services officers, and all members must follow the EPF social distancing measures during their entire visit. The EPF also said members' visits can only be made by appointments via the Janji Temu online facility within the EPF website www.kwsp.gov.my beginning tomorrow, 5th May. The reopening of certain economic sectors under the Conditional Movement Control Order, CMCO, beginning today would prevent the economy from suffering a 4-year reversal. The economy, according to Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Dato' Sri Mustafa Mohamad, would remain in the same position as in 2016, with a per capita income declining to $9,000 compared to the present level of $12,000 if no action was taken to revive the economy.
Jadi apa yang berlaku hari ini adalah masalah yang paling serius lah dalam sejarah moden lah kita katakan ya. Kemesetan ekonomi dunia ni, maknanya seluruh dunia terkesan dengan masalah ini. Ekonomi dunia dijangka mengalami kemesetan, dan di Malaysia sendiri mengikut Penegaran Kementerian Kewangan empat suku, satu tahun ada 4 suku kan. Satu suku ni 3 bulan ya. Suku pertama Januari hingga Mac, sehinggalah suku keempat akhir tahun kita akan mengalami kadar pertumbuhan negatif setiap suku.
When appearing as a guest in RTM's Bicara Naratif program on post-COVID-19 economic recovery yesterday, the minister said the reopening of businesses is expected to curb the country's economic downturn. He said the CMCO also provided opportunities for the people to be employed and not rely on the Prihatin economic stimulus package, thus increasing the purchasing power. Dato' Sri Mustafa added, in the long term, the government government is looking at industries that have the potential to compete, as well as study new incentives to encourage foreign and local investment. The government, he added, will have a re-look on policy regarding the country's 2.3 million foreign labourers following various difficulties encountered by the group during the MCO to stop the spread of COVID-19. The Agriculture and Food Industries Ministry, MOA, will review the need to import agricultural products, especially from Thailand, when the economic sector resumes operation during the Conditional Movement Control Order, CMCO, starting today. The ministry's Deputy Minister too, Dato' Che Abdullah Matnawi, said during the Movement Control Order, MCO, the demand for import was not so strong because local agricultural supply is sufficient. Dato' Che Abdullah said the dependence on import may not change much, but the ministry will look at the need when several sectors in the economy commence operations again.
Bagi saya tidak berlaku perubahan yang banyak, cuma permintaan bekalan makanan juga maknanya berkurangan. Jadi maknanya keperluan untuk import itu sendiri pun kita lihat mengecil ya.
The Labuan Corporation, under its Wilayah Chakna initiative, is giving a 30% discount on the lease of 108 lots of land that are leased to companies engaged in oil and gas, logistics, commercial, civil engineering and tourism activities in Labuan. Federal Territories Minister Tan Sri Anwar Musa said the discount is given to ease the burden of small and medium enterprises as well as micro enterprises in the Labuan Federal Territory that are affected by the Movement Control Order. In a statement today, the minister said the move is in line with the federal government's initiative under the Prihatin Rakyat Economic Stimulus Package in addressing COVID-19. Tan Sri Anwar said the move will affect 95 agreements and the duration of the discount is for 5 months from March to July, with a total cost amounting 987,292 ringgit to be borne by the government. The companies and enterprises concerned can contact the Valuation, Investment and Property Management Department of the Labuan Corporation at 087 408 650 for further inquiries. Judo Gang has made Malaysia proud as they had claimed the Southeast Asia Champions title in the PUBG Mobile Pro League PMPL Southeast Asia Finals 2020 Season 1 last night. Youth and Sports Minister Dato' Sri Rizal Merican Nine American in a tweet congratulated the Judo Gang for the outstanding achievement. According to Dato' Sri Rizal, this is the first time ever a Malaysian team has won a PUBG-M tournament at a Southeast Asia level, and he hoped that this would be a stepping stone for greater achievements. Team Judo Gang is the second Malaysian team to qualify in World League Championship, as they had won the first prize at Southeast Asia Levels Championship, while Team Secret qualified for World League Championship as they won first prize of a PMPL MySG Season 2. Judo Gang was crowned as the best team among Southeast Asia teams after accumulating 284 points in 15 rounds contested. They received prize money of 128,000 ringgit. And that concludes this evening's News On 2. In our top story today, COVID-19 screening mandatory for all foreign workers. Join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon. I'm Mohana Priya. Thanks for watching.